100 people about what it takes to lose weight, 99% of those people are gonna tell you you need to drop your calories even more. Hey, I'm Coach Nate, and on today's Monday Mythbuster, what I'm gonna talk about is why that pervasive model that we see all the time of decreased calories and increased exercise can sometimes come back to bite you in the ass, especially if you're someone who's lost weight before or been on a lot of different diets, okay? So let's dive in right now, okay? So here's what happens. Here's a very simple explanation of what happens when we decrease our calories, all right? We'll talk about from a mental model, and we'll also talk about from a physiological perspective, okay? So for the mental model of caloric restriction, what's gonna happen is we're gonna drop our calories, okay? So what's gonna happen now is you're going to increase your willpower. So you're gonna have to draw on a lot of willpower, and you're gonna increase your feelings of deprivation. Okay, so you're gonna be feeling deprived, your willpower is gonna go up, and what happens after that is we get to this familiar stage that many of you will recognize as burnout. Okay, after a very long time of depriving ourselves, of really flexing our willpower, making sure we don't reach into that cookie jar, you feel exhausted, tired, burnt out, okay? Then what happens is you hit the next step, which is the F it, okay? That's where you go, oh, F this, I'm just gonna have a cookie, F this, I'm gonna have a donut, F this whole diet in general, it sucks, okay? So what ends up happening? Go back to it, we decrease calories even more, willpower goes up, burnout, the F it, and this entire cycle repeats itself, okay? So that's why from a mental perspective, this doesn't work, all right? Now, from a physiological perspective, let's look at the exact same thing. So first of all, we decrease our calories in, okay? So our body's clever. Our body doesn't want us to lose weight. It loves homeostasis. It loves us staying in the same place. So what ends up happening here, we start decreasing our body's functions. This causes like a slowdown in your Krebs cycle. It can cause a decrease in your temperature, your core temperature, which decreases your metabolism, kind of slows the amount of calories you're burning over time. So then what ends up happening here is that while we're burning out mentally, we're also dropping our BMR, our basal metabolic rate. Is that essentially while we're laying on the couch watching SportsCenter, we're needing less and less calories because of the decrease in our body's natural functions. Our body doesn't want us to lose weight, so it slows down our energy burn, okay? When our BMR decreases, then what happens is we decrease calories burned from fat. When our body doesn't know necessarily where our next meal is coming from or how much we're going to get to eat, rather than mobilizing the stored energy, our fat stores, what it does is it goes, let's hold on to those while we kind of figure out what's going on with this food situation, and let's only burn off the food we're eating, okay? So this perpetuates a more negative cycle, because what happens here? You're not burning any fat, so your weight is not moving at all. You're stalling, you're plateauing. So what do? The only thing we can do is decrease our calories even more, okay? So you can see how this cycle is going to lead to long-term frustration, long-term weight maintenance, plateauing, and then just holding on to belly fat and fat in the areas that we don't want to. So there's a better way. I'll talk a little bit more about this in terms of how we can structure our eating to maximize our performance, to maximize our fat burned, to maximize our stored energy being mobilized. But I'll tell you one thing right now, it's not by just decreasing our calories more and more and more. So hopefully this has been something that you can think about. And when the next person tells you, oh, we need to drop your calories to 1,200, you can tell them, no, we have a mental and a physiological model of why that's not important. Hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you very soon. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, drop them below.